SEC Insider Hit this morning on the Out of Bounds Show is brought to you by your next Nissan Pathfinder, Cannon Nissan in Jackson or Nissan Rogue. Lunch today is presented by the Ribs at Fleetway Market and the Market Cafe in Gluckstadt. They are delicious. They also have blue plates. And don't forget that the best place to get Hail State gear is the Mississippi State University Golf Course. And our next guest knows that. We want to welcome in pro golfer, Hail State superfan, PGM major from Georgia, Brooks Bryant joins us on the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line. Brooks, good morning. How are you?
Bo, I'm good. Just left my 8 a.m. I made it to my 8 a.m. today, so we're on top of things today. I'm feeling good.
That's awesome. What class?
Retailing. Very exciting stuff. Got a big test Thursday.
Okay. Is that under the PGM major?
Yeah, it's like one of the marketing classes we have to take.
Okay. All right. How you been?
I'm good. I just getting ready for baseball season. I actually spent the entire 8 a.m. on KenPom looking at our offensive and defensive rating, not really paying attention, but I've been good. How you been?
Man, I've been really good. I'm excited like you about this weekend. I'll be up there, catch some hoops, catch some baseball. And now let me ask you this. Are you wearing any Hail State merch right now?
I am. I got work after my class. I'm wearing a little nice little national championship piece right now, to be honest with you.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Bring back good memories.
Yeah. Well, they need some more of those this year. I think it's going to be a better year with the new pitching coach, Justin Parker. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, that's from everyone I've talked to. I've got a couple buddies on the team, and they say he's the real deal. He doesn't really take any, and that's kind of I think that's kind of the thing all the guys like about him, is he's pretty tough on them, and from what I heard, if you're not going to throw strikes and you're not going to execute pitches, you're not going to pitch.
Well, that's a good thing. You know, Nate Dome is the Friday starter.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't know who it was going to be. I honestly thought it was going to be Cal. I went to a bunch of scrimmages, and Cal looked freaking awesome. But I'm excited for Nate. But I think all three. I mean, the talent's there. I don't know if you saw the thing about the preseason, like top 300 prospects. Well, we're tied for first with like Florida with like 9. The talent's there. I don't know. I just do this to myself. I do this to myself every single time. I do this to myself every single time I get into the dude in the scrimmages is where I just kind of start convincing myself. I tell myself we're not going to be any good, and then I sit down for a scrimmage, and then I start watching, and then I'm like, oh, yep, we're going to win the SEC. I do this to myself every year.
Brooks Bryant, Hail State superfan on the Out of Bounds Show. He joins us on the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line. So Jason, my producer, is 24 years old and eats like a senior in high school who plays multiple sports, okay? And the one thing that he picked up on you was that you did, the hot dog challenge. And I think that's where we found you, but I can't remember. But that kind of went viral. You did that whole thing. It was fun and so on. Jason, you were blown away. Now, Brooks, how tall are you and how much do you weigh, Brooks?
I'm like 6'2", and 170. I'm pretty skinny.
Okay. So, and you ate 9 hot dogs in over 9 innings. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Wow. Hats off to you, sir. Just hats off. That's dedication.
It's tough. Like the first 5 are very easy. The first 5 go down very easy, and then like the 7th inning is like you're absolutely shoving it down your throat. It gets very gross very fast. You hit a wall extremely fast.
Yeah, I can't believe at 170, 6'2", 170, you were able to eat 9 hot dogs over 3 hours.
The worst part is the season ticket holders around you that have absolutely no idea what's going on, and they're just in absolute disgust. Like the lady that I sat next to waited until like the 8th inning to be like, "What are you doing? Like, this is gross."
That is, I didn't even think about that. People around, because I guess you weren't out in the student section. You were where the alums sit, right?
Yeah, I hid I acted like I was supposed to be there and went up in the chairbacks.
Are you going to do it again this year? Or are you like, hey, I've retired from that and I got to do something else because maybe the last.
I'm hoping we don't need it. I was trying to change the mojo around. I think I did that after a VMI loss. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. I did it for a VMI loss, after a VMI loss, and then I did it for the Saturday South Carolina game. We're 2-0. We're 2-0 doing it. So hopefully we don't need it. But if it comes down to it, I'll put my body on the line.
Now, didn't you room with Stone Simmons or something?
Yeah, he's my roommate.
Okay. And is he excited about, I know he's excited about being healthy and pitching this year. But, I mean, do you get the sense that he really believes that he can have a significant impact with the pitching rotation? With the staff?
No matter what, it's all because he's the only one who is here. He's the only national person who was on that team in 21 on this entire team. He's the only one that was on that team. So it's going to be nice to have. It's going to be nice to have him. But I mean, he's pumped about being healthy, and he's going to be awesome. I mean, people forget in 22 in the series before Landon and Stone went down at Tulane, he was our best relief pitcher, and Landon was our best starter.
Right.
And they went down on back-to-back nights. So it's been since early non-con of 22 where he hasn't been able to pitch. But it's going to be, I mean, it's nice to have a voice around the locker room though that's been there. He's the only, I mean, you got to think he's the only Omaha experience on the team. So it's hard to, Mississippi State normally has where everybody's been to Omaha, so it's nice to have him around where he knows what it's like to make that run.
Yeah, Simmons and Auger are back. Do you know Auger?
I do. Yeah, Brooks is a good dude. I'm very pumped about Brooks. He's going to be awesome.
Okay.
He was awesome in the scrimmages.
Nice. All right. MSU super fan Brooks Bryant on the Out of Bounds show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. He joins us on the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line. Pick up all your gear at the Mississippi State University Golf Course. Man, y'all have some great looking stuff, don't you?
We do. We got a bunch of new stuff too. We got a bunch of stuff for baseball season. We're hoping we're good so we can get more 15,000 person crowds so we can have a lot of people come play golf and come get merch.
Yes. My son's a freshman, and he loves.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he's played out at he's got a golf group, I think on Thursdays when the weather's good, and he plays out there with y'all. He loves it.
That's the way to do it. Those are some of my favorite memories. We played on Tuesday afternoons, me and my buddies. That's a good group to get in.
What do you think about this? I like the state script a lot. Do you like it?
I think it's awesome. It looks really good. It looks really good on apparel.
Yes.
Which is not. It looks way better than the banner. I didn't really have a huge problem with the banner, but the state script looks awesome on quarter zips especially. Like we have some very, very good looking quarter zips with the state script on it.
Ooh, I love it. All right. So you're cool with Dome, Steven, and I think I'm saying this right, Gerangelo St. as far as the starters.
I'm pumped. I mean, all those guys. I mean, Dome had like top. I know this is annoying because we Mississippi State fans do this, but he had the top like 20 in stuff. The metric where it's like the stuff plus, like his breaking ball and everything. I mean, he's got the gas. He sat like 96 in scrimmages. I'm pumped. I'm pumped no matter what. I love baseball season. I just convince myself that we're going to be so good, and then I just hurt. So hopefully we don't do that this year. But it's going to be fun. I'm excited for Friday.
And you're graduating in May.
Graduating in May. Then they're finally getting rid of me.
Man, what are they going to do without Brooks Bryant?
I don't know what I'm going to do. What are they going to do? What am I going to do?
All right, so just for our listeners, Brooks Bryant is a PGM major at Mississippi State. You're a scratch golfer now, right?
I am. Yeah, I'm playing good golf right now. Made a couple of fixes. We're playing good golf.
Okay. He's from Georgia. He is very resourceful. He lied his way into the PGM program. He had an 8 handicap at the time. He has focused and improved his golf game to where he's a scratch golfer. He's interned twice at, what is it, Big Sky?
Yeah, and Big Sky.
Okay. Is it just like Big Sky Resort and Golf Course or something?
It's called Spanish Peaks Mountain Club. It's in Big Sky.
Okay. Spanish Peak Mountain Club. And you met Justin Timberlake out there last summer or the summer before. Is that right?
Yeah, there's a bunch of guys that live out there. But yeah, he lives out there. He lives out there the whole year. He lives out there during winter too.
Really?
Yeah, that's where I think that's kind of where he stays. I think him and his family are out in Big Sky most of the time.
Okay. Now run through the list of celebrities that you have either met or seen out there again.
Brady was out there. Brady has a house at Yellowstone, which is the club right next to us. He's got a 50-yard football field too. They by his house, they made him like a 50 where he can train. And he used to bring like on Julian Edelman's podcast, they talk about like how he brought like Jules, Gronk, and all those guys out there to like go train in Big Sky and like basically go hang out before the season, which is pretty cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's a pretty sweet spot.
As far as the golf course, so you've done 2 internships out there. Say the name of it again.
Spanish Peaks Mountain Club.
Spanish Peaks Mountain Club. Okay. Sounds like a cabaret at the beginning, but I get it at the end. All right. So here we go. And I'll have to find that with Edelman because I think he is hilarious. Now,
yeah, his podcast is awesome.
Okay, I've got to check that out. When you're an intern out there, do they allow y'all to play some throughout the summer?
Yeah, we played all the time. I would close the shop because the sun stays out forever. So I would close the shop like at 6, and you can play. And me and a buddy would go. You can go play 18 holes in 2.5 hours and just fly around before the sun goes down.
Oh.
I played basically every day, and it's like the weather. It's just like once the sun starts going, it's like 55 degrees. It just feels in the summer, and it just feels amazing. I mean, I'm getting chills just thinking about it. But we played every day. I played a bunch of golf, and the ball goes like 20% further, so you feel way better about your golf game too.
Oh, even better.
That elevation, yeah.
So is the clubhouse real bougie?
Yes. Everything about it is bougie.
Okay.
It's an awesome place.
So this place is pretty swanky. We're visiting with Brooks Bryant, Hail State baseball insider on the Out of Bounds show and the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line, PGM major. If you're looking to hire somebody, you need to hire this guy. Now, are you open to getting into sales? Are you determined to at least start off as a pro at a resort or a country club and kind of go that route early? Tell me what you're thinking.
I'm not a picky man, Bo. I'm looking for anything. It hit me over Christmas break that I eventually need to find a job. So it's been a hard realization. Apparently, you can't go to college forever.
I know.
So, which all hit me at once.
Well,
so now we're.
Jason's an Ole Miss fan, alum. So, depending on where we are in the next couple of months, I may let him go and hire you since you're going to be a Hail State alum. But we'll just see how that goes.
That was quick.
Hey, Waste Management Open. All right, remember we're under FCC guidelines here, but Waste Management Open was an absolute train wreck. But the tournament is also amazing. It's fun. It's so much different than the stuffy PGA, and they raise a running truckload of money, as you well know, for charity.
Yeah, the Thunderbirds or whatever they're called, they raise so much money. But they said there was probably over 1 million people at that golf tournament over the course of the week. But I don't know. The golf was so good.
Yeah.
Like the Sunday was awesome. Like the finishing round of, even though like Nick Taylor and Charlie Hoffman aren't the top names, the golf was awesome. I think sometimes the stuff on Saturday gets overplayed, and they try to make it so much fun. Like they try to like convince you that everybody's having fun. You know what I mean? Which I know it's a drunk fest, and I'm sure it's awesome to go. But sometimes it's just overplayed too much because the golf was so freaking good.
Right. Right.
Like I stopped watching like the first quarter of the Super Bowl. Nick Taylor birdied 18 three times in a row. It's a hard golf hole, and he birdied it 3 times in a row. And also Charlie Hoffman's like a 47-year-old man, and he shot like 65, 66 on the weekend.
I want to say he did something here at the Sanderson Farms.
I think he might have won that before.
He may have won it, Brooks. Yeah. We used to be more tied in.
It was fun though. That golf course is such a good professional golf course because I love golf courses that are horses for the course, where it's just like the good players always win. That's why the majors are fun, it's because it's really hard golf courses, so the really good players normally win. And this is one of these golf courses where it's just like the cream rises to the top, where it's really, really good golfers play really good golf at this golf course. So it's fun. I read an article though about Golf Digest did an article about how kind of professional golfers talking about how it needs to be toned down a little bit, or else people are going to stop playing, which is interesting.
Do you think that's true?
I don't know. I mean, the names that they named are kind of the usual suspects, where it's like Billy Horschel, where it's like he's always got a problem with something. But I don't know. It's interesting at least to think about because it's not a designated event, but it feels like it. It feels like one of the biggest tournaments of the year.
I know, like you're gung ho, so you probably already watched some of the West Coast Swing or whatever. But for a lot of people who like golf, like me, and who definitely follow the majors and the Ryder Cup and a couple other tournaments, to me, this kicks off golf season.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And so I think that's cool that y'all have that the PG, I don't think they've always had that. And with the mojo and the momentum that the Waste Management Open has created, and evidently $125 million to charity since 2010, if not more, but that's what we just found. To me, it gives y'all a kickoff, or your sport, a kickoff to the season. And then I think people start people are always talking about Augusta and the Masters, but it gets even more of us, kind of getting juiced up and going.
Yeah, people start looking towards April after this,
right?
Because it's also a good stretch of golf, because it's like Pebble Beach was the week before. Of course, it was a crappy tournament because it was a Saturday finish because they got rained out. So and Liv ended up playing Sunday and went into a playoff. So of course, there was only like the numbers of people who were watching were hilarious about how many people weren't watching, but it was still like Liv almost won. You know what I mean? They got to play that Sunday. They went into a playoff with 2 really good golfers, and so they needed a tournament like this weekend where it was. But it's like PGA Tour can't win because they get rained out on Thursday, and then the playoff holes are while the Super Bowl is going on, and so it's like nobody's really watching,
right?
Except for like me. You know what I mean? So they just can't really. This week will be good. Riviera is my favorite golf course on the tour. Tiger's playing, so there's people are going to be watching. Like, if you know what I mean, it's just the way it goes.
Riviera.
They could film
in LA?
Tiger playing a par 3 golf course. Yeah, it's in LA. But But you're exactly right. This is like, even people who don't know golf are like, oh, this is the party tournament. You know what I mean? Like, this is the 16th hole. People know the 16th hole. But the golf was good, which just gives it an extra. It normally is at this tournament, but you're exactly right. Then the Masters tournament starts to get playing. Ray Charles, Georgia starts getting played in commercials, and people start getting the bugs.
All right, let's switch gears. Chris Jones in the Super Bowl. He just won his 3rd Lombardi. Stone Cold had another unbelievable postseason. He's a 5-time Pro Bowler. You think he's in? Is he in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, it has to be. Did you see the video? Did you see the video of them of the Niners on 3rd down where they ran that like out route and the guy was wide open but it was just because Chris Jones got to Purdy so early that he couldn't see him. I mean, he does this every single postseason game. He shows up every postseason game. He's about to get paid.
Yeah,
because it wasn't his free agent thing like where he held out so long. Didn't they just pay him through this year?
Yes. So
he's going to get paid.
It may not be the Chiefs, but you're right. He is going to cash in.
I hope it is. I hope that'd be awesome if he was just a Chief for life.
No, it would be. It would be. I know they're. What did you think? Did you have Chiefs and Taylor Swift fatigue or no?
I didn't really mind. I don't know. I just thought I like Brock Purdy and I think his story's cool and I liked him at Iowa State and I don't know. I just like the way Brock Purdy rolls. Like his interviews are hilarious. How humble he is. When on the other side, it's like Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce who are like stars. You know what I mean? And they're like Hollywood stars too. About like they play everything up and then it's just like quiet old Brock Purdy. So I wanted him to get one. I really wanted him to get one, but the Chiefs, I mean, they're just inevitable. Like when that thing goes to overtime,
I know.
You almost feel like you know what's going to happen. You know, where it's like you're giving Patrick Mahomes a chance, and it's just never a good idea. I mean, that fourth down call where it was almost like a triple option was just such a good play call, and now they have a good defense. So it's like Patrick Mahomes hasn't had a good defense, and now they have a good defense where they only have to score 19 points. They've got it rolling.
They do. Brooks Bryant, PGM major, Mississippi State, graduating in May. If you have an opening at your company, you definitely want to talk to Brooks. Scratch golfer too. He can get you business on the golf course. What's the most you've ever bet on a golf course?
I played in a member game at Spanish Peaks. And we started on, and it's a game where it's like you can, like the bet doubles a ton. Like if this happens, the bet doubles. If this happens, and you can press and all these, and somebody else was keeping the scorecard. And all of a sudden, we get to, it's called Wolfhammer. If anybody listening knows what Wolfhammer is, and it can get out of hand so fast. And I didn't really know what I was in for. And Wolfhammer, it doesn't matter how good you play. It's like the team that you're on, basically. Like you can play amazing, but the team that you're on has to play good. And and once you get to 15, the big loser gets to name the bet. And this isn't people probably bet, but I got to 16 and was told I was down $280, and I got to name the bet and I was down big.
Wow. Okay. All right, we got to do this again soon. And basically, it sounds like I'm your agent. So we've also got to get you a job well before May. So we'll work on both, okay?
Yeah, we'll make that happen. You've always been my agent, Bo.
Be good, Brooks. Thanks, man.
Good to talk to you, Bo.
He's right on the state script. It looks good on merch.
It does.
Much better than the M-State banner. And the Hail State, Mississippi State Golf Course has great merch, but they've got a lot of the state script merch. So check it out when you're up there for baseball and basketball. We're about to interview Kenny Mayne after the show. I'm looking forward to that. I watched Kenny Mayne do SportsCenter hungover in college many a times. We'll see you tomorrow.